Coffee with Jonathan Martinez, and me, your host, Chris Flores, and our producer, writer / director, Brayden behind the camera. What are your hobbies?
Some hobbies, there's, well, I do love playing video games, and I love watching anime. Well, I was going to say filming, but that's not really a hobby. It's kind of like in between, I guess. And I just kind of like doing something new, I guess.
So, you said video games. What is your opinion on the state of the industry? Like, is it, like, are you liking games that are coming out by big companies and indies, or is there anything you dislike? Are you okay with where video games are right now and the direction that it's headed?
I guess it kind of depends on the video games, because certain video games I don't like, where it kind of repeats, but has the slight little difference. But some I do like that repeat. Like in some aspects, but like I guess I like what they like how they like some people reference to me like was like the kind of Sonic effect where like when Sonic changed too much, it wasn't a good game, but when it changed too little, it was just kind of like, why are you buying it if it's pretty much the same exact thing?
So Call of Duty, big example.
Yeah, like Call of Duty, like
from boots on ground to jumping up in the air and all the kids had snipers in Black Ops 3, so wherever you stood, you were dead because somebody jumped up on like the top of the map and hit you.
And see, like they're only changing slight little things. Like sure, it's cool like to have like a battle between like a bunch of people. Like I love that when I'm doing that with friends, but at some point it does get really boring. And so like I guess for me, like I like when you can take that aspect, like the things like the classical things, the things that drew you to the game in the first place, and bring it to another game in a whole different form. So like when they went from like I said, the Sonic effect, they went from a 3D scroller going quick, having a bunch of different enemies like stop you. You have to just maneuver every different way. And then when what's it called? Not Sonic the Hedgehog for Xbox.
Well, when they went over to 3D animation,
when they started getting like that more 3D, like what was it? Sonic Ventures.
Yes.
When they had that more 3D effect, you were just going everywhere, moving different camera angles. It was just really fun because you actually felt that like that excitement. Like you're feeling the speed, you're feeling like the fact that you're just having to run as fast as you can and beat the level as fast as you can and just destroy enemies along the way, collect your rings, collect the Chaos Emeralds, and it was just fun in that sort of aspect. But there was changes, but you got that feel the same way that you got the feel when it first was.
Would you say that sort of change is still in the industry, or would you say that's missing? I
feel like it's missing in a lot of games. Like a lot of games, like they're just kind of like it's just about money.
Let's talk about like for one, Activision. Let's talk about Ubisoft. Rockstar is not one of those games that I like. Game companies that I would say is in that order, but these companies release broken games.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, or do you think that they should, like in my opinion, I think that they should wait 3 months, fix everything, then release a perfectly good game? Because every time we put in a new game nowadays, we have a 10 gigabyte update. Think about that. And they're literally like, oh, it's to fix more stuff that we forgot. And then a month later, you have another 20 gigabyte update. It just gets ridiculous.
Yeah, because like there's updates. Yeah. And not only updates, the fact that you don't get the full actual game. You're getting
something that's broken.
Yeah,
which
broken
is BS.
For one. Like it's so broken because of the fact that you have to pay for all the DLCs or anything, or it's not a full functioning game because of the fact that it's broken because of the fact that the pieces are broken. The fact like when you start getting all the pieces.
Think about Destiny. You get to a certain point and then you're done.
Yeah.
Like you're literally done. Like so Destiny 1, I'm all the way up to the Taken King, and then there's like the Wolf one, I don't know what that is. Once I beat the Taken King, I couldn't play with any of my friends because they had all moved on to the next expansion, and like the game basically sat on my shelf.
Yeah.
So, you hate that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like here's the thing, like with the game, I want it to be a full game. Like the fact that DLC was just meant for extra content, but that was still in the game. It was something that you had to earn yourself, like to earn, like, I guess, like, you had to have enough skill, you had to have enough knowledge, and just really take your time in that game to really earn something like that. Like, whether it was hidden characters, hidden...
Warcraft.
Like...
That's a good example.
Yeah, like, just, you're trying to, like, find something within that game that maybe like not everybody's gonna have, because not everybody's gonna be on that skill level.
So microtransactions then.
Yeah, like I just really don't like that you have to
hate
pay for every single thing. Like, not like everybody's doing it now. Like at some point, it was just like some companies that just wanted to make a few extra bucks here and there, which is fine. Like if it was something that like took you a long time to make, whether it was just a lot of detail into the art or just a lot of like functioning aspects to it. Like sure, like okay, I understand for like the payment. Like if it was like $5-10, all right. But now at this point, now it's just all about money.
Look at like Fortnite. They definitely have a store that updates, I think, every week or 2 weeks or something. And every time they release a new dance emote, a new item, they make a good $500,000 to $1 million every time they input something in the game.
Everybody wants it, and everybody's just willing to pay V-Bucks, and then with those V-Bucks, paying for the Game Pass, and then paying for all the emotes,
Call of Duty,
all the costumes, everything.
Call of Duty took that concept of the tiers. They took Black Ops 4 and they added that same tier system. There's like 200 something tiers, and it's still being added onto.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's skins in the game that you have to buy with COD points. You can't earn COD points in game.
Mm-hmm.
It's complete BS.
Yeah.
So with V-Bucks in Fortnite, they kind of figured that out a little bit, and when you buy into the Battle Pass, you can earn V-Bucks back.
And see, like in that aspect, I'm fine with the Battle Pass. Like the Battle Pass, I understand. There's people who like are just trying to play the game simply. They don't care about items. They don't care about like this extra content.
Yeah.
It's just about the game.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm fine with like whoever plays the game, like however they play the game, and just go through from like, they just rank up tiers. They don't really care about the tiers. What they care about is the fact that they go into playing this game and they just try to be number 1 out of 100.
Makes sense.
Cool.
Makes sense.
But if you want to be that person to buy a Battle Pass, that's cool too. But then when you get to the point that you're just buying hundreds of dollars just for a simple dance, a simple like some random clothing that they made, like I feel like at that point it gets ridiculous.
Okay. I definitely agree with that.
Because like what, $100 that you spent on making your character do specific movements that don't even help you increase your chances in the game.
Well, that it. Now let me kind of argue about that a little bit. Yes, you are spending money, but remember, if they made it so that one player could purchase that, like microtransactions that could make your chance of winning the game increase, it's kind of unfair for other players who don't have the money. So remember Advanced Warfare? They had microtransactions that you could pay money to get guns.
Yeah.
I was one of the lucky few that got the ASM-1 in Advanced Warfare. Didn't pay for it. Found it in a box. Got it in a box. And literally dominated
that's
and it was
why.
BS.
The only reason is just because it's like that. Where you're, like, if you're going, like, playing, like, Overwatch or something, like, at least
Overwatch is pure skill-based.
At least you have the chance to get something cool. And then there's like you can buy some stuff.
Moving on though, would you esports? Where do you stand there with esports? Are you excited that video games are becoming an actual recognized sport in the world now, or
I actually
are you against that?
I like it for I kind of iffy on the sport part, but I do like that it's very
Define that. What do you mean by iffy on the sport part?
Well, like I guess when like the first thing that I think sports, I think super active. Like I feel like you, like instead of like I get you can break up a sweat because of the fact that you're kind of like really tense. You're really like focused onto doing this, but I guess like with the sporty part, I kind of think very active. Like you have to be like working your body to the point that like you're getting moving. But I feel like what I do like the sport aspect because of the fact that where it puts your competitive level and the fact that where you have to put your mentality in. Because in sports that they have in common is the fact that sports have different rankings.
Yeah.
And in sports, depending on how well you do, depends on where you're ranked. So you could be a person who constantly plays soccer, but you're not professional. You can play on a daily basis. You can just have fun with friends. You can do that same way you can do with video games. You don't have to be a professional, but you can always have fun doing it. And so that's why that's what I kind of like like for the sport part, because you realize that there's always tiers.
There's different levels.
Yeah, there's different levels, there's different tiers, different skill bases, and how well you do with those skill bases, how well you have to work with a team, and like just different aspects.
This has been a coffee with our special guest Jonathan Martinez, your host Chris Flores, our cameraman Brayden Milliren. He's probably not going to get up to turn the camera off. Told ya.